tuning into this virtual tour of California state parks. My name is Ashley and I'm an interpreter here down at the beautiful Sea Cliff State Beach in Aptos, California, just south of Santa Cruz. It's a beautiful day down here today. I'm coming to you live from inside the visitor center, and today we're going to be talking about the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Now, this program is going to be geared towards kindergarten to second graders, but anybody else who's tuning in, thank you, you're welcome to stay on. But before we go ahead and dive on in to the sanctuary, I wanted to give you all a quick California State Parks update. First off, I want to thank you all for staying home, for staying safe. Parking and campgrounds here at Sea Cliff remain closed, but we are still open for pedestrians and cyclists. If you do find yourself coming down here for that essential walk or bike ride, please remember to practice social distancing, so maintain that 6 feet or more between you and other people. Wash your hands frequently, don't forget to use soap, and avoid people who are sick. Also remember that there is a mask order in place for Santa Cruz County, so if you're going out and doing that essential business, don't forget to wear your masks. So with that, we are on Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free to comment below, ask any questions, give thumbs up. I see those have been coming in so far. Heart this video, share it with your friends and family. And without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about something that makes Sea Cliff very special. And that is, if I turn the camera around, we are looking at a piece of the Monterey Bay. It's a beautiful day down here. The sun is shining. There's a couple of sailboats out on the bay. And this beach at Sea Cliff is home to a lot of different animals, and it also provides a place for you and I to go have fun and go boogie boarding or surfing or just laying out our beach towel laying on the beach. And this section of our ocean is part of something that's known as the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Now, I know I just said a whole lot of words, and you might be confused what I'm talking about, so I wrote it out for you. And so we can see the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. So let's go ahead and break down those words, and let's start off with Monterey Bay. Monterey is the name of the town that's furthest south on the opposite side of the ocean. And so we're all on the same page. Here is a map. And this is what the coast of California looks like if we were to hop into a satellite and take a snapshot picture of our coastline. This star right here represents where we are right now, here at Sea Cliff. And what looks like a shark took a bite out of the coastline, that's the Monterey Bay. And so we're going to talk about more about the animals and the different habitats that are found in the bay a little bit later. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next word. And that is national. And we live in what's known as a nation, and so that's the country we live in. And this is a national protected area because people from a whole bunch of different states realize the importance of protecting this area. So that means that no matter where you live in the United States or even in other countries, you can come and visit the Monterey Bay. The next word we have is marine. And you might have heard of the Marines. So those are the people that help protect our country, and they go out on boats and they help protect our oceans and our country as a whole. You might have also heard of a marina, and that's where boats go to tie off so they don't drift off. And so marine has to do with the ocean. And so far we've got a piece of the ocean that's protected by the entire United States, and it's located near Monterey. And the last word is probably the most important word, and that word is sanctuary. Let's go ahead and all say that word, sanctuary. Good job. And what is a sanctuary? A sanctuary is a safe place. And you might have, and right now your house might be your safe place. And you might have that special box where you keep your art projects or your favorite rocks or your rock collection. Or you might collect baseball cards. And so I'm a big baseball fan. So I have a special place where I keep my baseball cards. And so we're gonna build our own sanctuary. And to do that, you're gonna need to put on your imaginations. I'm gonna flip mine on right here by using my ear. All right, I flipped it on. It is ready to go. I know it's a Monday, but I bet all of you can turn on your imaginations too. And we're gonna use this as our sanctuary. This is my safe box. And we're gonna talk about some of the things that we think belong in our safe place, and things that we might wanna keep out of our safe place. So, as we're going through this, please feel free to give thumbs up. And if you're sitting next to somebody while you're watching this, go ahead and give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down for whether or not you think these items belong in our sanctuary. So, let's get started with our first object. And this is a jelly. And jellies are really cool creatures. They have stinging cells, and then that's how they trap their food, and then they'll pull them up into their mouths. And so, thumbs up or thumbs down for whether or not this jelly belongs in our sanctuary. If you said thumbs up, you're right on, and so we're going to put our jelly into our safe place. All right, let's do another one. And this one is our friend the bottlenose dolphin. And we'll see bottlenose dolphins here occasionally. They'll pass through Sea Cliff. And thumbs up or thumbs down for whether or not this dolphin belongs in our sanctuary. If you said thumbs up, you are correct. So this dolphin is going to join our jelly in our box. All right, let's go to level 2. Let's up it up a little bit. And we're gonna go with this sailboat. Does this sailboat belong in our safe place? Do we want the sailboat to join our jelly and dolphin? Thumbs up or thumbs down? This one's tricky. If you gave a thumbs up, you're correct. And if you also gave a thumbs down, you could also be correct. And here's why. Our Monterey Bay provides a place for us to have fun. So families can go out on their sailboats and enjoy the bay. There's actually a sailboat out in the bay right now that I can see looking out through the window. But if this sailboat is leaking anything, or people are throwing trash overboard or anything like that, then we don't want this boat in our safe place. But this boat is following all the rules. It's enjoying a sunny day out on the water. So we're gonna put this in our box along with our animals. Let's go with this one next. We're walking along the beach and we come across this. This is a bottle of motor oil. And so, thumbs up or thumbs down for whether or not this belongs in our sanctuary. Yeah, if you gave a thumbs down, you're correct. Make sure that you dispose of these properly and so that they end up in the right container so that they don't end up on our beaches. So I'm going to leave this out of our box. Got a couple more. Let's say hi to our friend. This is a humpback whale. Humpback whales, we see these at Sea Cliff during the summer, so we might see them pretty soon here since it is almost summertime. And when they're here at Sea Cliff, sometimes they come really close to the beach to feed on one of their favorite foods, the anchovy, which are little tiny fish. And so, thumbs up or thumbs down for whether or not this whale belongs in our sanctuary. If you gave a thumbs up, go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back because you are correct. And so, we're going to put that into our sanctuary. Alright, we got one more. And that one is this one. And this is a mask and snorkel. And so, go ahead and give a thumbs up or thumbs down for whether or not this snorkel or mask and snorkel belongs in our safe place. If you gave a thumbs up, you are correct. These allow us to get a view of the underwater world, and personally I love to scuba dive, and so I have my own mask and snorkel, and so this is going to go in our box. And so, actually, since you're all on top of it, let's do one more. One more. And another thing that we're walking along the beach and we come across this. This is a paper napkin. Does this paper napkin belong in our sanctuary, in our safe place? If you gave a thumbs down, you're correct. We want to make sure that we keep any trash either in the trash or if it's recyclable to put in the recycling bin. So we're going to leave this napkin outside of our box. Alright, let's do a quick recap of what we have in our box. We have our bottlenose dolphin cruising by. We have our friend the jelly drifting with the water, passing through. We have our humpback whale coming up to the surface of the water to say hi. And we have a couple of things for us to have fun in the Monterey Bay, and that is our sailboat and our mask and snorkel. So, the Monterey Bay has a lot of different habitats. And what is a habitat? A habitat is a place where animals live. And so here at Sea Cliff, we have two different types of habitats. And I'm going to turn the camera around to show you all those two different habitats. And the first habitat that we have is the big sandy beach. And upon first glance, it might not look like there's a lot of things living within the sand, but it takes a keen pair of eyes to notice some of those different animals that live there. You might see some birds near the surf zone where the water's coming up. You might see some sand crabs if you're digging in the wet sand, and you might see some sand fleas. And those are those tiny creatures that sometimes jump on your legs while you're trying to relax in the sand. And we have another habitat, and that's what's made up of our concrete ship here at Sea Cliff. And that provides habitat to a lot of different animals. Right now there are a lot of birds on top of the ship. Those are cormorants, and they're really good diving birds. They can dive really deep down. And then we have all the animals that live below the water. And we're gonna take a look at one of those animals right now. And I'm gonna read you a story about one of those animals, and that is the harbor seal. And harbor seals are marine mammals, meaning mammals like you and I, we're mammals. And harbor seals have a thick layer of fat, and that's how they keep themselves warm. So we're gonna read a story, and while we read that story, I want to introduce you to one of my friends who's going to help us read the story. And this is Harry the harbor seal. I know he looks a little sad, but he's actually very happy to see you all, and he's going to help us read a story. And so, let me switch hands here so I can hold the book. And this story is called Seal Pup Grows Up, the story of a harbor seal. And it's, let's see, I'll have Harry help me hold it. It is by Kathleen Weidner Zofeld, and it's illustrated by Lisa Bonforte, and it's part of the Smithsonian Oceanic Collection. And the Smithsonian is a famous museum. All right, let's go ahead and start reading. All right, here we go. All right. Ma, ma, harbor seal Pup crawls along the pebbly beach, crying for his mother. All around him, Pup hears the calls for other seal babies. He does not pay much attention to them. He is hungry. Not too far ahead, he sees a mother seal. He hurries to her and reaches his nose up to sniff her neck. She turns quickly and chases him away. She is another baby's mother, not his. He moves on, crying even louder. But Pup's mother is not far away. She pushes along, trying to catch up with him. And then you can see the harbor seal, and its mom, or not his mom. It is early summer. Seal Pup's mother and several other seal mothers have given birth to their babies. They have gathered to raise their pups on a secluded beach on the coast of California. The mothers follow their curious pups as they explore the rocky beach. They watch over them and do their best to keep them out of danger. Pup's mother lumbers forward, getting closer to Pup with each push of her large body. She hears many pups crying, but she knows her own pup's cries among all the others. When she reaches him, she sniffs his neck. His special scent tells her he really is hers. They touch noses. Pup nuzzles her excitedly. Mother rolls over on her side, and Pup begins to nurse. He drinks her rich milk. Another pup moves near, looking for her own pup. Pup's mother raises her head and waves her front flipper, warning the other seal not to disturb them. Once he's had his fill, Pup rests his chin on a smooth, sun-warmed rock and falls asleep. His hind flippers stretched out behind him, his front flippers out at each side. He is a week old. His fur is a sleek gray, speckled all over with brown. From a distance, he and the other seals blend in with the shiny, smooth rocks and pebbles on the beach. Though the pup's coloring makes them hard to see, that does not always keep them safe from enemies. A raven flies overhead, and the mothers move closer to their pups. The raven glides down at the edge of a high rocky bluff behind the beach. All the mothers look up nervously toward the bird. Pup's mother nudges him awake. The raven circles down to the beach. He walks warily among the pups looking for shellfish. He gets close to Pup, too close. Mother waves her flippers frantically and chases the bird. He flutters back up to the top of the bluff. Mother pushes Pup toward the water where she knows he'll be safe. Harbor seals are good swimmers from birth. The waves are lapping high on the beach. It is high tide. Pup splashes into the waves, followed by Mother. They glide swiftly through the cold, dark water. And you can see that the pup is entering the water. High tide is the best time for hunting, and Mother leads Pup out to deeper waters. After following Pup around all morning, she is hungry. She dives down and searches for fish. Sea stars dot the bottom, but she is not interested in them. Her large eyes help her see the dark, murky water. Her sensitive whiskers help her feel the little ripples made by fish as they swim away. Suddenly, a small flounder wiggles in the sand up ahead. Mother lunges after it. Her sharp teeth hold the fish fast, and she gulps it down whole. Pup spots a sea urchin and swims down to have a look. He pushes at it with his nose, but the urchin's spines are prickly. As he turns away, a loose piece of seaweed floats by his nose. He snaps at it and carries it to the surface with his teeth. He drops it and watches it float. Mother darts over and snatches it. It is time to play. Pup and his mother roll and dive. They loop through the water and pass a little piece of kelp back and forth. As they swim, Pup nuzzles Mother's neck and tries to climb on her back. She rolls and he slides off. He tries again. This time she lets him hang on and totes him to the beach, piggyback. When they reach the shore, Pup slides back down into the water before Mother could even turn around. She chases after him and pushes him offshore again. And there is the mother and Pup doing a piggyback ride. She holds him firmly in place with her flipper while she checks the area for danger. The other seals seem calm. She leads Pup to her favorite resting spot and he begins to nurse again. Each day, for a few more weeks, Pup swims with his mother and watches her hunt. Each day, he drinks his mother's milk and grows. He develops a thick layer of fat, or blubber, that will keep him warm, even in the coldest water. Then, one day, while they were out hunting together, Pup catches his first shrimp. He likes the way it tastes. Soon, he is catching fish and squid too. Then, Mother knows it is time to bring Pup to a little cove where the youngsters his age are playing and hunting by themselves. He leaves his mother's side, eager to join the group. And there is the group of seals. Mother swims away to rejoin the main herd, but Pup does not mind. He is big and strong now. He has other pups to play with, and he knows how to catch his own food. When autumn draws near, Pup and the other youngsters will join the main herd too. Each day they will leave the herd and swim out into the cold California waters to hunt alone. When they are done, they will return to rest contentedly on their favorite beach. And there is another picture of our harbor seal, our all grown up seal, and that is the story of Seal Pup Grows Up. And so, we'll get harbor seals here at Seacliff, and they love to hang out in the surf zone and play in the waves. And there's another animal that looks really similar to seals, and that is a sea lion. And so, I have another sea lion right here. And so, sea lions have these ear flaps, which you can see. And those ear flaps are very similar to our ears as well. And seals can walk on all fours, like your dog at home. And these are the animals that make that barking noise whenever you see them. Seals, on the other hand, they can't walk on all fours, so they'll just flop along on the sand. And when the water level's low enough here at Seacliff, on the back part of the ship, or I guess it's technically the front part, they'll crawl out, hop out, and take their afternoon nap and soak up the afternoon sun. So, I want to thank you all for tuning in to this virtual tour of California state parks to get a piece of the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. This video will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, so you can search for Seacliff State Beach and watch it there. We are going live again at 1:30 today to talk about the history of Aptos, and that program is going to be geared towards a general audience. So, I hope you all have a great lunch, and then join us again at 1:30. And feel free to share this video. And until we meet again, continue staying safe. And I'm gonna flip the camera around and let you enjoy one last glimpse of Sea Cliff. Bye for now.